The sun stopped shining, insignificant, small, young and innocent. I stopped my carefree play. Bright colors hurt my eyes, the sky turned gray and remained dull and threatening. Whispers surrounded me, and my world turned upside down. Suddenly I was the child outcast. Why? Failing to understand, I smiled as fear gripped my throat. Fear of what, I asked, but found no answer. The title of this book, From Ashes to Life, My Memories of the Holocaust, was written by Lucille Eichengreen and is a historical nonfiction written as a biography. There is no movie tie-in for this book, and the bibliographies of this book don't exist. Lucille Eichengreen does go around to schools and speaks about the Holocaust, however. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 because I feel that this book is a great glimpse into the life of a Holocaust survivor and offers a personal account of the true horrors that many endured during that period. It also offers a more complex vocabulary, and this book is great for anyone interested in the Holocaust or reading about genocide in history. This book is a mixture of cold truth, life as a Jew in Germany during the Holocaust, and the author's feelings about Germany's treatment of the Jewish faith and its followers. For example, Eichengreen explains the condition of one of the concentration camps she was living in, as well as gave her views of how cruel the Nazi capos could behave. The author's purpose of writing this book was to educate the reader of her experience and how genocide affects people in the world. For a summary of this book, Lucille is a little girl. It has a mother, father, and sister. She goes to public school at a Jewish church. One day, Lucille's friends from the neighborhood stop playing with her. Her school is moved, and she soon learns she mustn't be found without the Star of David badge she was ordered to wear out in public. She is then ordered to move to a ghetto, Lodz, with her family. She longs for her summer stays in Poland with the rest of her family as she is faced with hunger caused by short food supplies and unrealistic restrictions. In the middle of the night, her father is taken from their home and transported to a concentration camp out of the area. A few weeks later, her family learns of his death by 2 officers bringing ashes from Dachau. Later in the book, she learns that her mother has died from starvation and can do nothing for it. Her mother's last words were to remind her that she must take care of her little sister. Eventually, the 2 girls are split up from each other, and one of them goes in a cattle cart, to another camp, where Lucille is later taken to another camp and treated poorly there as well. At the end of the book, she finds out that her sister has died and never made it to that concentration camp, whereas the cattle cart that took her there had an accident and everyone died. She later marries a man who she had befriended his parents in the concentration camp, and they return to Germany several years later, and she is then faced with the same feelings that she felt all those years before.